and many others, platforms which are replicating that. So Andrew and I, we are good buddies. We met each other just 2 years ago, and we immediately connected our brains, peer-to-peer without a need of a chip, connected. And obviously he's surrounded an amazing team at Hashgraph Hedera. So maybe talking about Hedera, because Hedera is an amazing success story in Switzerland, Hashgraph. And they have a very, by the way, I recommend you guys to visit their Web 3.0 event here during Davos, where they are amazingly projecting all sort of partnerships and technology participation. But maybe, can you walk through how everything is started? I have actually a very good meeting with one of your founders, Dr. Lehman, and I'm connected immediately as well. I mean, what he explained me, the way this is actually very similar. I come from a more vertical trust model from the UN and all that, but it's merging at this point in Web 3.0. But maybe walk us through the evolution of that company and how that company has become one of the essential players in the blockchain economy.
Well, excuse me, I'm recovering. Carlos, thank you so much for this great event, this great opportunity. First off, it's important for people to realize, as wonderful as Hedera is, and the Hedera DLT is, it is leaders like Carlos, like Jonathan, who create the technology that uses Hedera. Blockchains, after all, are just a database, but if people don't create innovative solutions using them, then the value that they present is not able to be realized for the regular person. Now, I'm probably one of the worst people to talk about the origins of Hedera because my background is in quantitative finance, and so much of Web3 sometimes includes things like Bored Ape, meme coins, fascinating valuations, most of the things I don't believe in. But one of the things I definitely do believe in is SEALCOIN. And I'll tell you why. My background, my mother and father are from a country called Ghana, West Africa. They live in Canada, they're both physicians, they spent their lives practicing there. But as they retired, they like to spend more time in Ghana. And so when they leave, they often say, you know, Andrew, actually Poku, which is my first name, but they'll say, Poku, is there some way we can reduce our energy spend in Canada? Because if anybody knows self-made immigrants, they're very careful with their money. And I look, because they can reduce internet usage, they can shut off cell phones. But when it comes to power, we're still using early 19th century technology. And it's fascinating to me that nobody's complained about this. But the funny thing is, if you do travel to a country like Kenya, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, India, you realize that their consumption of power follows an entirely different model. I mean, mobile money started in Kenya. Why? Because the banking systems don't work in places where you have a lot of informal income. And that's largely due to the problem that Maria pointed out of trust. So here we have a situation where in poor countries, they can't afford to leave their house and have power running, you know, the lights on. Like I used to get smacked in the head by my parents if I would leave the lights on in my bedroom or bathroom. So they actually have credit systems where they can pay per use for home electricity. It's not always on. But the funny thing is, we don't really have a technological solution that can facilitate this. That would allow my parents in Ghana to access the internet and throttle down the usage of their home's energy in Canada. That is until Jonathan and Carlos decided to create SEALCOIN. This is the power of the technology they've created. That sometimes in beautiful Switzerland, where everything works, I love this country, I'm living in Pfaffenhofen between here and Malaga. But sometimes we forget that a proper 98% of the world's population are still living in places with significant problems. And it's entrepreneurs like this that build technology like SEALCOIN that solve these problems that we might not otherwise realize exist. I'm going to leave that with you and allow us to continue, but you better believe there's more to say on this topic.
Absolutely, and although I think maybe I know more about it than
That is true.
but